Something is under my bed. The very thought of it sends a chill down the spine, a mix of fear, curiosity, and disbelief that gnaws at the mind relentlessly. It begins with small, almost imperceptible signs of faint rustling sound that seems to come from the dark hollow beneath your bed. The slight pressure on the mattress as if someone or something is watching from below. The strange shadows cast by your imagination that make the room seem alive with secrets. At first, you try to rationalize it. Maybe it's just the settling of the house, the creak of floorboards, or a stray object that has shifted in the night. But when these disturbances repeat night after night, and the sense of being observed grows, doubt and fear begin to creep in. The mind plays tricks at night. Darkness amplifies the smallest of sounds. A breeze brushing against the window turns into a whispering presence. The rustle of sheets or the scurrying of a pet becomes something more sinister. You lie there, heart racing, every muscle tense, every sense alert, knowing that sleep will not come easy. Something is under the bed, you convince yourself, even though logic screams otherwise. The fear of the unknown takes root, a fear that is primal and deeply human, dating back to a time when darkness meant danger, and the unknown could mean life or death. Imagination begins to run wild. You picture eyes staring back at you from the void, shapes twisting in impossible ways, a pair of claws or hands reaching out to grasp your ankle. The mind fills in the blanks with every horror story you have ever heard, every tale of creatures that live in shadows. You remember stories from childhood, tales of monsters and goblins hiding in closets and under beds, and suddenly, those memories are no longer just stories. They feel like warnings, like fragments of a reality that exists just beyond the veil of perception. Some nights, you hear more than rustling. The sound of breathing, faint and shallow, comes from beneath the bed. At first, you tell yourself it's your own, shallow with anxiety. But the rhythm is wrong, irregular, different from your own heartbeat or breath. You stare into the darkness, frozen by a mix of terror and fascination. The rational part of your mind urges you to get up, shine a light, look under the bed. The emotional part, your fear, tells you to stay, to pretend that ignorance is safety. The battle between curiosity and fear wages silently as the clock ticks on and shadows deepen. You may try methods to reassure yourself, putting your hand under the bed to check, using a flashlight to scan the floor, even calling out into the darkness, hoping to coax whatever is there to reveal itself. Yet the more you try, the more persistent the presence seems. The sound moves with you, subtle yet undeniable. You feel it shift as if aware of your inspection, a sentient entity lurking just out of sight. Objects under the bed may shift, and the air seems heavier, colder. It's as if the space beneath the bed is no longer empty, but a portal to another dimension, a place where fear takes shape and waits for the right moment to emerge. Sleep becomes a battlefield. You lie awake, listening for every creak, every whisper, every movement that might signal the presence of the thing beneath. Every night follows the same pattern, a creeping dread as darkness falls, the restless anticipation of being watched, the moments when you are almost sure you see movement, followed by the rational denial that it is impossible. And yet, the feeling never leaves. The mind refuses to rest, replaying scenarios, imagining what could be, turning ordinary objects into menacing shapes. The underbed space transforms in your mind into a theater of horror, a place where monsters dwell and patience is tested. This fear is not merely about monsters or ghosts. It is about the unknown, the unseen, and the uncontrollable. It is about the part of human consciousness that understands vulnerability, the part that knows that safety is an illusion, that not everything can be explained or contained. It teaches patience, observation, and respect for what is beyond immediate comprehension. Facing such a presence, whether real, imagined, or somewhere in between, forces confrontation with fear itself. Each rustle, each creak, each shadow becomes a meditation on the nature of fear, the fragility of perception, and the tenuous line between reality and imagination. Eventually, one may attempt strategies to reclaim control. Objects may be removed from beneath the bed. The room may be illuminated fully. Rituals or routines may be employed to establish dominance over the darkness. Yet sometimes, the presence persists, unaffected by logic, by light, or by physical barriers. It seems to thrive in the mind, growing stronger the more attention it receives, feeding on the anxiety it produces. The entity under the bed becomes symbolic, representing hidden fears, unacknowledged doubts, or unresolved anxieties. It is a reflection of the psyche, a manifestation of what one does not confront in waking life. Paradoxically, this fear also brings heightened awareness. The senses sharpen, the mind becomes alert, and a strange intimacy develops with the darkness. One learns to listen, to observe without immediate reaction, to coexist with the unknown. The underbed presence becomes a teacher, demanding patience, courage, and careful thought. It reveals the subtlety of fear, the layers of human perception, and the complexity of emotional response. In the end, whether the entity under the bed is real or imagined may not matter. The experience shapes understanding, transforms perception, and alters behavior. It teaches the importance of boundaries, of courage in the face of uncertainty, and of the recognition that not all threats are tangible or immediate. The space beneath the bed, once overlooked and mundane, becomes a symbol of hidden forces, unseen possibilities, and the eternal tension between fear and reason. Something is under your bed, and whether it is a monster, a shadow, or a projection of your own mind, it has something to teach. It forces attention to the subtle, the overlooked, and the unacknowledged. It cultivates resilience, self-awareness, and mindfulness, and it reminds that the unknown is never truly empty. There is always something there, whether in reality or in the mind, waiting to be confronted, understood, and respected. The fear that begins in darkness can ultimately lead to insight, growth, and a deeper understanding of both the world and oneself.